The courtroom was packed, its heavy silence broken only by the shuffling of papers and whispered gossip. Everyone was there to witness what they thought would be a tragic case: a struggling single mother, fighting to keep her son after being unfairly accused of neglect. At the front sat a woman in worn clothes, her trembling hands clutching a file too thin to defend her world. But then, to everyone's astonishment, a small boy no more than 10 years old walked confidently beside her, dressed in a neatly pressed shirt and 2 big shoes. He looked up at the judge and said in a clear, steady voice, "Your Honor, my name is Malcolm, and I'm my mom's lawyer." The room erupted in murmurs. The judge, an older man with a stern face, tried to suppress a smile. "Son, do you even know what that means?" he asked kindly. Malcolm nodded. "Yes, sir. I've studied all night for this. My mom can't afford a lawyer, but I know the truth better than anyone." The judge hesitated, clearly moved but bound by the law. "We can't have a child represent anyone in court," he said softly. But before he could continue, Malcolm began reading from his small notebook, his handwriting uneven but his words powerful. He spoke about how his mother worked 2 jobs, how she skipped meals so he could eat, how she read him stories about justice and truth. His voice trembled once, but his eyes never did. The judge allowed him to speak, moved by the boy's courage and sincerity. Every word hit like a hammer against the false accusations made by a neighbor who wanted revenge for a petty dispute. Malcolm showed receipts, school reports, even letters from neighbors who supported his mother. The courtroom grew silent, not out of pity, but out of awe. When he finished, there wasn't a dry eye in the room. The judge leaned back in his chair, visibly emotional. "Malcolm," he said slowly, "you may not be a lawyer by law, but today, you have shown more heart, intelligence, and justice than most I've seen in my years on this bench." Then, turning to the mother, he smiled warmly. "Case dismissed. You're free to go home with your son." The mother broke down in tears, hugging Malcolm tightly as the courtroom erupted in applause. Reporters who had come to cover another sad story instead witnessed a miracle. Later that evening, the judge would tell the press, "That boy reminded me why I became a judge, to see truth and love win, even in the smallest courtroom."